Everything has its own essence. To some, it is speed. To some, it is focus. To some, it is precision. And to some, it is to excel. If excelling is your essence, then you are welcome to Calcutta Business School. Center of Excellence. Centered on excellence.
It all started in the year 1920 when some eminent industrialists of Kolkata founded the Marwari Balika Vidyalaya. Later, in 1954, Sri Shiksharthan School was founded, and in 1955 Sri Shiksharthan College came into being with the objective of further propagating quality education to girls. All these institutions have continued to excel under the management of the Shiksharthan Foundation, under the guidance of industrialists like its president, Mr. S.K. Birla, Director Emeritus, Birla Brothers Private Limited, Vice President, Mr. B.K. Jhawar, Chairman Emeritus, Usha Martin, Mr. G.K. Khaitan, Trustee and President of Shiksharthan College, Mr. R.S. Goenka, Trustee and MD of the Emami Group, and other reputed industrialists. The Secretary General of the Foundation is Mrs. Brotuti Bhattacharya.
Greetings. I would like to speak a few words about our institution, the Shiksharthan Foundation. The year was 1920, when some of my forefathers thought that female education needed to be propagated much more actively than was the custom in those days. And we donated from our family 2 buildings in the heart of Bada Bazaar for the girl child to be educated there. That institution is still working. Later on, with the association of some other social workers, a major campus was established on Lord Sinha Road in the heart of Calcutta, where we have a total of 8,000 students from the school right up to the postgraduate level, studying various subjects like commerce and other things. These are entirely girls' schools and girl colleges. The latest addition to our bouquet of institutions has been the Calcutta Business School, which was started a few years ago on a 15-acre plot of land and not very far away from IIM Calcutta. I would like now to introduce our director, Dr. Shekhar Chaudhary, who has just retired after a long stint as director of IIM Calcutta. Dr. Chaudhary had a long stint with IIM Ahmedabad. He has got industrial experience, and I'm sure that after his joining our institution, the Calcutta Business School will proceed with a much greater speed. Thank you.
I'm really very happy to be associated with Calcutta Business School, and I'm very thankful to Mr. Birla for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this transformation of Calcutta Business School into an outstanding business school. Let me talk a little bit about the core strengths of this institution, though much of it has already been talked about and some more will be talked about later, but I thought it's important for me to highlight some of the strengths. First of all, Mr. Birla mentioned about the way this institution came into being. I would like to take off from there and say that Calcutta Business School has a heritage which actually we will like to leverage into becoming outstanding management school in the country, not only in the country but also over time in other parts of the world. A few aspects of Calcutta Business School which we have been following for the last few years and which we would like to pursue in the years to come are the following. First of all, we have a learner-centric, the whole pedagogy that we have designed for Calcutta Business School is learner-centric. This learner-centric process of education is different from the kind of education most colleges have in the country. Here the focus is on the student himself or herself, and the faculty members become facilitators of the learning process. So this is a very important departure we are making. Of course, there are many other top schools in the country which follow this process, but we are one of the more progressive institutions, and therefore we have decided to follow this process. Secondly, we have a lot of emphasis on imparting skills of data-based analysis of business situations. This is again important because we do not want people to make decisions based on some hunches. Of course, intuition is important, but we believe that better intuition will come only when there is data which is collected properly, appropriately through scientific methods. And the third point about the pedagogy is we try to develop skills for synthesizing disparate information collected from various sources. The fourth point which I would like to mention is we train these students to develop problem solving skills with a bias for action, because quite often what happens is students collect information and then get paralyzed. They are not able to take decisions. So we try to develop a practical sense so that they can take decisions and not just get paralyzed in collecting and analyzing information. How do we do this thing? I would like to emphasize that in recent years, Calcutta Business School has been emphasizing case-based learning methodology, where real-life cases are discussed in the classroom. And a point which I would like to emphasize is that today we have at Calcutta Business School an arrangement with Harvard Business School Publishing, which allows us to access to case studies which are taught in Harvard, not only Harvard Business School, but many of the top schools in India and abroad. The next point which I would like to mention is we give a lot of emphasis on developing people management skills amongst our students. We focus on the students to be able to understand what motivates people, how to understand the strengths and weaknesses of people, and so that they develop that kind of sensitivity to people working with them, people working for them, people above them, etc. That really helps them to become better team players and also later on become better more effective organizational leaders. We also give a lot of emphasis on developing domain knowledge. We have a system in the curriculum which allows students to develop specialization through a major in certain areas, for example, marketing, operations management, HR, etc. And also certain domain areas like healthcare management. We have this kind of dual specialization, one major and one minor. Next point, which has already been mentioned, but I would just like to highlight, is that this is Calcutta Business School is one of the very rare private management schools in the country which has a fully residential program. All students are required to stay on the campus, and that allows a lot of interaction, intermingling, working together throughout the day and also doing project work at night, etc., and which becomes a very major asset later on after they graduate. These bonds become very, very strong during 2 years of working together. Another point which I would like to mention is the school has already made significant investments in physical infrastructure, IT infrastructure, acquiring different kinds of learning resources, for example, language laboratory, library, very well equipped library, etc., which again is a very important thing. Amongst private schools, this is a very distinctive feature. I would also like to mention that the faculty, if we have talked about physical infrastructure, talked about various other kinds of things, but a key area that I have not yet spoken about is the faculty, because it is the faculty, the quality of faculty, which determines how a school will develop, what kind of trajectory it will have. And so here I would like to mention that our faculty members have masters and PhD degrees from very reputed universities and schools, some of them also from very top level institutions abroad. We also have faculty who have mixed, some of them have academic background and several of them have long stints in industry. That this combination of academic and industry experience makes our school very distinctive, and I am sure that this will help our students become industry ready. Thank you.
Calcutta Business School opens the door to an excellent tomorrow.
While selecting a B school, what should you look for? Good curriculum, knowledgeable faculty, excellent infrastructure, good placement, overall personality development? Calcutta Business School has it all.
Calcutta Business School offers an AICTE approved, autonomous, 2-year full-time residential program on postgraduate diploma in management, majoring in subjects like finance, marketing, IT, operations and human resource. But it's the unique cluster of courses that sets it apart, like healthcare management, global leadership in management and operations, interactive and intuitive games like management game and stock market simulation game. It also puts heavy emphasis on data handling and business analytics and uses databases and software like CMIE Prowess, Metastock, R, and SAP. The teaching-learning process at CBS is heavily dependent on technology. Each student is therefore required to have a laptop. The campus is totally Wi-Fi enabled.
CBS, while preparing effective managers, also kindles the spirit of entrepreneurship,
which excited me to start a venture of my own, secondtech.com.
It has a management development and research center which conducts tailor-made courses for working professionals. Apart from these, there are numerous certification courses carried out at the Calcutta Business School, as well as the Foundation's City campus. This allows CBS to be up to date on industry needs and constantly refine its courses, thereby making them more contemporary.
As the saying goes, there are many good students, but only a handful of good teachers. The faculty in Calcutta Business School is a well thought out mix of professionals from the academic and business world. Further, visiting professors from national and international universities and also senior managers of renowned companies teach courses in Calcutta Business School.
The environment you live in goes a long way in defining you. Located in the outskirts of Kolkata, CBS has a pollution-free 15-acre sprawling eco-friendly campus with 24/7 power backup. The hostel design is unique. Apartments with 3 rooms connecting to 1 living room. This promotes greater bonding among students and encourages teamwork, which is a substantial value addition of a residential program. The entire campus is connected through Wi-Fi, enabling seamless connection to electronic resources and databases. It also sports a modern library with a good collection of books and journals.
It also has an on-campus doctor and special facilities for the security of female students like 24/7 CCTV surveillance, a separate floor for girls, a special women's cell with female staff for attending to women's needs. The campus is thus a perfect example where technology and nature meet to educate and develop the next generation of managers, leaders, and entrepreneurs.
Results speak volumes. Students are carefully groomed before they go for interviews, resulting in a track record of 100% placement across 35 sectors and 40 varied functional roles. All students are absorbed as management trainees and are confirmed in the management cadre. Some also go abroad for higher studies. We are proud to place our students in reputed companies in India and abroad, like Maersk Line, McLeod Russell, Ever Ready, PricewaterhouseCoopers, HDFC Bank, KPMG, and many more.
Before entering Calcutta Business School, I thought to be successful, you need to work hard. I soon realized what you actually need is to learn how to work smart.
Calcutta Business School follows the participant-centric teaching-learning process that involves considerable emphasis on group work, analysis of case studies, group projects, and courses of independent studies.
We are at the center of the learning process that ensures that we assimilate knowledge better and are able to apply the same to solve real-life problems.
This process also helps in building close bonds among students. Calcutta Business School's curriculum gives considerable importance to the development of leadership skills.
I didn't realize that the life I was leading at CBS is a mirror of the life that was awaiting me outside the campus.
Leadership and teamwork is the key to success in the business world, and I'm proud that I went to Calcutta Business School, which, apart from imparting sound practical knowledge, made me an expert in both.
We call ourselves as one of the pioneers in freshers recruitment, and so when we recruit freshers from campuses, we have an extremely stringent process. We recruited Namrata from campus 1.5 years back. It was through a process which was extremely stringent and strict. I think she had to compete with more than 250 candidates to get through, and we were happy that we selected her. We are really happy with her performance. She is energetic, she is enthusiastic, a good learner, and we wish her all the success here and in near future.
So, if your essence is to excel, don't worry, we are by your side.
Calcutta Business School, Center of Excellence, centered on excellence.